Hey y'all, welcome back to Poplar Creek Farm. Today is one of those days that I always get super excited about and I look forward to. She's amazed by her purple hair because the grow light's behind us. But today I am planting tomato seeds. Woohoo! So I planted my pepper seeds about 2 weeks ago. They've pretty much all germinated. I do have to plant one other kind of pepper seed that I had to order and I forgot to come down here and plant when it first got here. And that's Ancho Poblano. I know. I have space for it on one of the pepper trays. I just had run out of the seeds. I didn't realize that I didn't have any more Ancho Poblano. So I've got to plant that pepper seed and then the rest is all tomatoes. So, you don't like Ancho Poblanos. So I have my gardening binder and this is kind of where I go off of when I plant my seeds, but also the varieties I'm planting and how many. So I have a lot of different varieties of seeds. And some of them I'm just not planting this year. This year I'm really trying to focus on production and getting more production going. So I'm still gonna sell seedlings, but I'm actually gonna focus more on like making sure that I have what I want first. But this is based off of the space that I have, how many different things I'm planting. I actually planted less of the herbs and I have to replant some of my herbs because some of them died.
Can you turn off the lights?
No.
My hair's not purple.
No, I like your hair purple.
No.
So what I'm actually planting today is I'm gonna plant mortgage lifter tomatoes. I'm gonna plant 40 of those. So basically like I went down and I was like trying to figure out how many of each and like I'd add them all up and be like, no, I need to take some away. And this is kind of where I got to these numbers.
My hair is purple.
Dr. Witchy's I'm planting 30. Amish Paste I'm planting 40. Paul Robeson 50. Yellow Pear I'm only planting 5 and that's just for me. I love them. They're delicious, but they get blighty fast and I didn't really sell many of them last year.
65.
Beefsteak 40 because beefsteak is one of those ones that like people know. Abe Lincoln, again, that's just for me, 5 of them. Roma 50. Italian Heirloom 50. Red cherry tomatoes, which I forget what variety I ended up with, but 40 of those. Honey Drop 40 and Sunrise Bumblebee 40. So for a grand total of 430 tomatoes. I actually also have a couple yellow cherry tomatoes that are upstairs. I need to go grab them. That I saved seeds from grocery store tomatoes. They're up on the counter by Daddy's battery charger. They're on a paper towel. My mom, so a couple years ago I planted some from some store-bought cherry tomatoes, yellow cherry tomatoes, and they were like our favorite. And then last year I didn't save the seeds and I didn't plant them, and I was partly because I was selling more and I was like, what if they don't turn out? But my mom is like begging for them. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna plant just a couple of those for her. We'll probably keep 1 or 2 ourselves as well, and then I'll save seeds and like keep going and saving seeds for a couple years so they know that they're kind of stabilized before I actually sell them as like a yellow cherry tomato. I could buy yellow cherry tomatoes from the store, like buy the seeds from like Baker Creek or wherever, but I don't know exactly which variety it was, and these were so good. We loved them so much. So all I did was just save them again. I just saved seeds out of a cherry tomato from the grocery store, cut it open, put it in some, squeeze out all the seeds and gel, put it in a cup with some water for a few days, shake it up every day, and then took out the seeds. Super easy process, let them dry out. So they should be pretty good, but I am like, oh, so excited. So 450, is that what I said? 430. Why did I do 430? I'm gonna probably do 450 and figure that out. But because, thank you. So these are what those yellow cherry tomato seeds look like. And again, I'm just doing a couple of those. I'll probably do 2 cells and like do a bunch of them in there. But so 450 would be 9 trays of tomatoes, which is less than I planted last year. I planted 11 trays last year, so that's better. I did have lots left over, so I don't want to start too many this year. I'm gonna go through real quick what I've got. So what I'm actually planting: Italian Heirloom. I am planting. Let me open this up.
Holes.
Okay, yeah. Honey Drop. I hope I have more. Stop. I hope I have more than one. So this is the yellow cherry or the red cherry tomato I'm going with this year. Recentrabe. I have no idea. But there's supposed to be, sweet red, 1 ounce little fruits that grow in really large clusters. Paul Robeson, my love, my favorite tomato. More of the red cherry, Dr. Witchies. Last year I was unsuccessful with my Dr. Witchies, but I only started a couple of them, so I'm starting more, and people asked
Those look
for...
like pumpkins.
They do kind of look like pumpkins. People asked for yellow tomatoes last year, and I didn't have any really major ones to sell because I didn't think people would want them, but they asked for them. My aromas, Amish paste. So like I have Brandywine, and I don't think I put any of them down, but I really liked the Brandywine, so that's probably where I'll make up those 10 or 20 extra. Hold on, that I didn't account for. More Dr. Witchies. These are probably from last year, which is fine. Cherokee Purple. I don't think I'm gonna grow any Cherokee Purple this year. That's just what I'm not gonna do. Like Abe Lincoln, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple of those. Beefsteak, I'm doing a bunch of. I really hope I have more honey drop tomatoes because
Those look like
not very many. This only has 25 seeds in it, and I plan on doing 40 of them. If I only get 25, it is what it is. Italian Heirloom, Mortgage Lifter, lots of Mortgage Lifter. I love those. Oh, I'm gonna start some ground cherries again as well. So last year I tried them and I failed epically.
for those.
I haven't made them. Sunrise Bumblebee. Okay, I definitely have more of these than what is in here. Hold your horses, because I definitely ordered more. All right, so we're missing a couple seed packets. I'm not sure what I did to them. I'm gonna keep looking around and then figure it out from there. But we're gonna go ahead and get planting. I'm also gonna plant some loofah because I realized I probably should have planted those when I planted my peppers, but it's okay. We're gonna get planting and we'll bring you guys along for it. All right, guys, this is what my soil blocks look like. This is a tray of 50. Both the outer tray, the pink tray, and the black inner tray are from Bootstrap Farmer. Highly recommend if you are going to do seed starting and plan to do it for years to come, to invest in good equipment. I need a new soil blocker because obviously my dips aren't coming in very well and it is rusted. But overall, it still works pretty well. These trays are amazing. They're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful quality trays, and they will last you for years and years and years to come. Whereas if you get cheaper trays, you'll be buying new ones every couple years, and in the long run, spending more money. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start at the top of my list, which was Mortgage Lifter, and it's right here. So I'm doing 40 of these, so there will be 2 rows at the end here, 10 at the end, 10 seeds spots done that are left over, and those are where I'll do like the Brandywine or Brandywise and a couple other like ones that I'm not really doing a lot of. So with tomato seeds, you want to plant them pretty much twice as deep as the seed is wide. So not massively deep, it doesn't take a lot. And these are, I mean, they're not tiny, but they're small. I try to do 1 seed in each, but typically I end up doing like 2 or 3, not intentionally sometimes. The nice thing is if I put 2 in each one, first of all, Baker Creek like always overpacks their seed packets, so they'll say like 50 seeds or 25 seeds, and you end up with like double that. So you can pretty much always do a little extra. Plus, if you have one that's really weak or that doesn't germinate, like you know that you have germination in each cell if you have a couple seeds. Ooh, that was like 3, 4 in that one. Yeah, that was 4. Don't really want 4. Well, that's quite a few. So this is 1 packet so far, and I put 2 or 3 in every single cell, and I still have some in my hand, and this is 1 packet. And I think it's, let me see what it says. I think it's supposed to be like 25 seeds. Yeah, minimum 25, but clearly that's quite a few. There's quite a few more than 25 in each packet, which is nice. That's one really nice thing about Baker Creek is they pretty much, not for everything, but for like tomatoes, you can almost guarantee that they're gonna be overpacked. So like say you want 50 of these, you really just need 1 packet, which is pretty awesome. This is a packet from last year. So I have a few less in this one because I had used them. And the nice thing is, like, say I end up having more room, you know, on my seed starting thing, I can save some of these, like split them and put them into multiple cups. so that I know that I have plenty. Boom. So there's all the mortgage lifters done. And so I'm gonna just cover them up. You just cover them lightly. Cover them lightly. You don't want them too deep. I will put these on heat mats, as many heat mats as I have. I don't know that I have 9. I have quite a few, but I might not have 9. So there might be a couple of trays that don't end up with heat mats, which is fine. They will still germinate. It just takes a little bit longer, which is really not a huge deal at all. I am starting these a little bit earlier than I did last year because I noticed that last year my tomatoes were pretty small by the time it was time to put them out. My peppers were huge, so I started my peppers a little bit later, and my tomatoes earlier. So last year I started the tomatoes or the peppers a little too early and the tomatoes too late. So it's just one of those things, like you'll adjust each year. So mortgage lifter. Now in this row I'm gonna do some of those yellow tomatoes, cherry tomatoes that I got from the grocery store. And those I will really heavily seed in each cell. I'm only gonna do like 3 cells of them, but I'm gonna do quite a few seeds in each cell because I don't know that they'll germinate. If it's from a grocery store tomato, who knows? Okay. So cover those. I did 3 cells. Those, and then I'm gonna do something else back here. Let's do some Brandy Wise. The two cells of the Brandy Wise, because I only have a couple seeds left of that. Because I think this was one that was like came with like 10 seeds or something. Yeah, 10 seeds, and it was from Fruition Seeds, and they're a little more accurate with their counting. So, 2 of those. And this is pretty much what I do. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish all the planting. I've got 9 trays to do total. Plus, like I said, I need to replant some of my herbs that I killed. Oops, it happens. Happens to the best of us. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I am super excited to have tomatoes started. It just feels like, okay, spring's coming, and I can't wait to smell tomatoes again. It's like my favorite thing about having tomato plants is like the smell of them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Remember, we're growing today for a better tomorrow. Please like and subscribe and join me on the next one.